Arma Reforger players have been waiting a long time for the release of more official content, and I believe we will still have some more time to wait until the next large update. But while we wait, we can speculate and break down what is to come. The main feature everyone is looking forward to is official helicopters. When the helicopters release, we should expect to be given full reign of the UH-1 Huey and the MIL Mi-8. Both of these helicopters when released will be for player transport, but they will also feature door guns for players to use. Although, in the Final Strike roadmap, it alludes to helicopter weapon systems. This could mean we can also expect to see alternate gunship variants, but this is just speculation on my behalf. But if there is to be gunships, I would hope they work the same as they do in the Arma 3 SOG Prairie Fire DLC. Even though the FIA will not be getting their own helicopter, they may be getting the Skoda 1203 minibus as an alternate form of transport. But this could just be a normal civilian vehicle that spawns around the map along with the Skoda 105 car that features on the Final Strike roadmap. Furthermore, we are to receive 3 more vehicles. The LAB-25, which is an American APC that in-game will be equivalent to the BTR-70. The BRDM-2, which is a Soviet amphibious scout car and in-game can be compared to the armed Humvees. Finally, a flatbed is mentioned. I don't know what this could be, but I can give some guesses. It could be another civilian vehicle like the Skodas, or it may be variants of the American and Soviet trucks, but these are only guesses. With the new vehicles that will be coming to Reforger in the near future, we will also have uniforms to go along with them. With helicopters we will be receiving flight suits, and most likely along with the LAB-25 we will also see tanker uniforms. These will help to immerse players into the game and will be great for milsim groups. Without weapons, Arma as a game series would not exist. But unfortunately we won't be getting many more weapons. But with what we will be getting, the further updates should be good. The first weapon is the NSV heavy machine gun. This is a Soviet heavy machine gun and can be compared to the Browning 50 caliber. The NSV will most likely have the same versions as the 50 caliber, with it having tripod mounted and vehicle mounted options. Players should also be able to get their hands on the VS-59L light machine gun. The Czech gun may be for the Soviet forces, but more likely will be given to the FIA as their VS-58 is also a Czech gun. The last gun we will be getting is the M16A2 carbine. This is just a shortened version of the current M16A2 and may function just the same but could also be fully automatic. But this is not all for the guns of Reforger. The Soviets will be getting optics for their weapon systems. The AK-74 will receive the 1P29 scope and the RPG-7 will receive the PG-07V3. All forces will also be receiving weapon suppressors and bayonets. These will be mounted the same way the 4x20 scope is mounted onto the M16. With the Air Assault roadmap, it features flares and flare pistols. I can see these releasing alongside the helicopters as a way of signaling them at night. And other main feature people seem to gloss over is the addition of mortars. American forces will have the M252 and Soviet forces will have the 2B14. Although we don't really know how these will operate, the most likely option is that they will be placed in the building mode at bases. This will allow for entire mortar facilities to be built. The other option is that they may be carried by players. This allows them to be deployed close to where they're needed. If this is how it worked, then full mortar teams would be needed, as one person could not carry an entire mortar plus its ammo. Continuing on, the Final Strike roadmap also mentions remote explosive charges and anti-personnel mines. These will be fun gameplay additions that can be used for backline sabotage, but I can also see these explosives used by trolls who focus on ruining the game for others. Finally, the last piece of equipment we will be getting is civilian clothing. Now this might mean we will be getting civilian NPCs, but this is just speculation, otherwise I don't see why these would be added. But now, I thank anyone who has watched to the end, and I ask you take all information in this video with a grain of salt, but I hope I shined a light on what is to come to the most recent game in the Arma series, and if this video does well I might also dive into what behind the scenes gameplay features are coming.